Welcome to a series of tutorials about APA format and style. The first thing I want you to know is that APA is not as scary as some people make it out to be, and it can actually be a very useful and helpful format to write your papers. The other thing I want you to remember is that you don't have to memorize all of the rules of APA. What you really need to know is where to find your resources and how to use them. Hopefully this series of tutorials will be helpful to you. You may be asking, what is APA? APA, technically, is an abbreviation for the American Psychological Association. However, how we use it most often here at Methodist College when we say APA is that we're referring to APA style. It's a writing style, it's a documentation style that was created by the American Psychological Association and is used in the health sciences. It was created for formatting and documenting and writing papers. So often when faculty and students say APA, when you hear us saying APA, we're not referring to the American Psychological Association, but we are referring to the APA style of writing. One of the things you need to know in order to be successful in APA is where to go for help. There are several places you can go for assistance. We have a lot of resources available to you. The first resource you should go to would really be your publications. Now you can use the publication manual of the American Psychological Association, or basically the APA manual. This is the big blue manual. We have copies of it in the library. A lot of your professors will also have copies of this manual, but it's sort of cumbersome and is not particularly user-friendly. So the publication that all of you have is the Pocket Style Manual APA version by Hacker and Summers. The 6th or 7th edition, either one of those are perfectly acceptable and should have just about everything you could possibly need in those manuals. They're also incredibly user-friendly with a great index in the back, color-coded pages. It's a really great resource to have. Another resource you have where you can go for help is you can go online to Methodist College's APA site. So there's all types of information there. That's probably where you're finding this tutorial. And this is really the site that we want you to go to. We don't want you to go to Purdue OWL. We don't want you to go to any other college's site, because this is the site with the standards that Methodist College has set for using APA at Methodist College. So this is the default site that you should be going to. Lastly, you have in-person resources. You can go to the Center for Student Success, get assistance from the tutors, get assistance from the director. You can also go to your faculty members. Obviously, if we are assigning it, then we should know how to use it too, right? So you can come see us and we can help you out with it. You have all sorts of resources that you can go to, and that's really what you need to know. Where do you go for help with APA? A good way to help you understand APA is if you break it into two separate components. One we can call format and the other we will call style. Format refers to the layout. It would be the font, the margins, the spacing, organization, the title page, the abstract, the reference page. It would also include documentation, parenthetical citations, reference page, reference entries. It would include the headers, the level 1 headings, the level 2 headings, the running head at the top, all of that formatting, all of that, the way the paper is physically laid out. Those types of things we would call format. That's actually the easiest part of the APA overall type of writing, and you might think, really, there's so many rules. I know there's a lot of rules, but the easy thing about APA format is the fact that there's a right and a wrong answer, and there's a book that you can look at. Actually, there's multiple books, there's multiple resources you have that you can look it up, and if you just follow the instructions, you can get it right. The other component to APA writing would be style. And even though most people call all of it style, remember, we're breaking it into two components, format and style. So format's the physical layout of the paper, all the pieces, and then style is actually the manner in which the content is written. So it's how you are writing your paper, how you're writing the actual content, the actual text of the paper. And so if we start looking at it in these two ways, I think it's going to make it easier for you to understand.